only two candidates for the commission that has answered that question with some form of a tax increase. Most folks say there's nothing out there that people are willing to pay more for.
Oh, yes.
But you have jumped on the sword, so
yeah,
let's talk about your
Well, you're talking to the woman that single-handed started the ball rolling with the tourist tax. I'm the founder of the tourist tax. You could check that out. It made the Miami Herald's newspapers and made the Sunset. I think it was the Fort Lauderdale News at the time. So it's in the archives of, is it true? The answer is yes, it's true. There's a way of selling a tourist tax, and that is to the hotel and motel industry. If you go to the, and that's what I did. I went directly to them. I did speeches there to say that we can bring you not only better type of tourists, but tourists that stay 1, 2, 3 days longer as an average. Because we're going to give you, through the tourist tax, a place for them to go, to attend, to see, because this is going to make their vacations or their quality of vacation better. And they trusted me, and we did it. We started the Performing Arts Center, the Convention Center, the arts, and it started flourishing. It was a wasteland when I first arrived here. Honest to God, 34 years ago, there was nothing, okay? In the summer, there was nothing. It was almost closed. So the tourist tax is that we have about 1 cent of room there to raise the tourist tax that we have not used. Now, I do believe that a half a cent can be used for the tourist tax because a tourist will come here if they know that we're one of the safest counties and cities and beaches to go to. It's that simple. It is that simple. If we get the reputation that we have, better patrol and better neighborhoods, people come. It's that simple. Reputation, cause and effect. So I believe that we could get a half a cent. If not, but I have a couple other things for that tourist tax. So I know that we should add a full penny for that 1% for the sales tax, for the tourist tax. But, a half a cent designated for not only rescue services, but if, God forbid, we have those oil spills coming up here and oil balls, we have, preparation for disaster. So and how about hurricanes and tornadoes? I think we had one right here.
So would the argument be that you would designate that revenue for, would that be county-wide or just in the areas where there's, because I can see the people in the tourism industry say, fine, if you're going to charge me more, if I have to put an additional tax, I want to see the benefits. So you're going to have cops patrolling the hotels, or, are there going to be increased securities in the tourist districts, or will that then spread out?
I'm proud to say that I do know this county very well, and there's tourist districts almost all over this county. There's people that come out to the Sawgrass for shopping from different countries. There's people that come to Hollywood because they know that they could speak French down there, which I speak fluent French and Creole, by the way, which is helpful in this day and age. And then there are tourists that come to Hillsborough Beach, because this is where they want to stay. In other words, everybody has a reason. So common sense is that we have a very strong tourist bed board, and we have a very fine woman that was a former county commissioner with my husband, Nikki Grossman. She got my type of personality. She rolls with warmth, but also challenge. In other words, if there's a challenge, she just gets it done. She gets it done, period.
I want to ask you about the ethics. But if you were to win, by the time you take office, from what we've heard, the commission will have approved this ethics, the proposal on the table.
Okay, this is where I'm at. This is where we need to work jointly on. Okay.
Okay. What do you think? Is there anything missing there that you think needs to be added to that proposal that you would advocate or pursue if you win the election?
Well, I'm depending on her husband. I'm depending on Michael Mayo, and I'm depending on you editorially, and myself on my blog and my webpage, which gets over 3,000 hits.
Per
over 3,000.
Per what?
Since I started, campaigning, over 3,000 hits, and it's not duplicates. They don't count duplicates. So I have over 3,000 hits on my Beverly for Broward that your husband linked me up to right away. Thank you very much. So the bottom line is that it's a very, very substantial partnership of watching the county commission. When they say something, do they do something? Well, I'm going to be very honest. They don't. They don't. I have never seen such pathological, excuse the expression, and I'm not afraid to say it. Neither is your husband. Pathological, excuse the expression, liars, because pathological is that they really believe what they're saying. They really believe what they're saying, and what they say is, I did a debate with my opponent yesterday. Oh yes, we're going to vote on that Ordinance 10 up and down. Well, did you read the Ordinance 10? That means if they voted up and down, they vote yes on it. That means they have the opportunity to change it. Watch the changes. Watch what they're saying. Because that is the most comprehensive, absolutely strongest ethical. And then I took 4 credits of ethics a year ago, so I know Florida ethics. And I was on the State Board of Professional Engineers, and we, mandatorily, if someone got out of line, 6 credits of ethics and professionalism. It should be mandatory. The bottom line is that what are they going to do? They're going to try to change it. Believe me, they're going to hope you're on vacation, that Bob's taking a vacation, or you go to camp with your kids. You never know. But they're going to hope, because that's going to cut off their right arm, their left arm, and their pinky. And you know that. And they're not the type of people to cut off their right arm, their left arm, and their pinky. They don't mind cutting down and adding taxes to you. They don't mind taking away your kid's future. They don't mind taking away my financial security, but they are going to change it. And in the charter, it says if they vote for it, they have the right to change it. So let's watch them. So probably my first duty is that after I take office is to revamp and go back and add things, because they're going to tell you, you just can't trust them. You cannot trust this group. The majority. I call it Keechl's immoral majority.
I take it
You like me now, don't you? Because I say it as I see it, just like you know who.
I take it you include Keechl in this group of commissioners who you describe as being arrogant and self-serving, except for a few. Who are the few?
That's a good question. That is a good question.
Well, you said it, so I
okay.
figured you had
Actually, there's one that I could document, and that's Gloria Wexler. One. Absolutely.
Lois Wexler.
Excuse me. Yeah, you're right. Gloria Wexler was reporters. You're right. Lois Wexler. That's one. Let me think of the second one. She's nice. She means well. She doesn't vote well. But I don't know of any tendency for her to do things for the wrong reason. I think that she's in a bevy of the wrong reasoning, so she doesn't hear the right reasoning, and that's Christine Jacobs. That's 2. I'm really going hard for 3. I'm really going hard for 3.
Well, we don't want to.
Okay.
Okay. So string.
Okay. So.
What do you think she votes the wrong? What are?
She votes with the immoral majority, but I don't think she votes for the immoral majority for the wrong reasons. She just thinks. I think she's just never been around somebody that has the background of financial strategy and financial planning and understanding tax laws to know the truth, because she actually believes Ken Keechl when he says, when we raise a bond issue, that's not raising taxes. Well, quite frankly, when you get your tax bill, that's raising your taxes, and your taxes, and your taxes, and my taxes. So they keep on saying, and I heard him say it yesterday, he's not going to raise your taxes.
Rather than struggle for a third, just rattle off who the immoral majority is.
Okay.
We'll go to a process of elimination.
Let's start with the chairman.